You know, people have been building walls for thousands of years. To separate, to protect, to divide. But somewhere in Africa, there's a wall being built for the opposite reason. To bring life back. A wall made of trees, not concrete. A wall that stretches across the entire continent, fighting the desert with roots instead of bricks. It doesn't look like much when you stand in front of it. Just dry soil, a few green dots, a handful of people with shovels. But that's how all revolutions begin, quietly. Every year, the Sahara moves a little further south. It's not like a wave you can see. It just happens, slowly, silently. A few less trees, a dry riverbed. A village that packs up and leaves because the well ran dry. The ground cracks like old skin. The wind changes its voice. And one day, the place where you grew up is just sand. But if you look closer, you see something else. The desert is not dead. It's alive, hungry, restless, and always moving. And the people who live on its edge have learned to move with it. In 2007, a group of African nations came together with a simple but crazy idea. What if we stop the desert by planting a forest? 8,000 kilometers of trees. From Senegal to Djibouti, through heat, dust, and hope. They called it the Great Green Wall. Not a wall to keep people out, but a path to bring life back in. At the beginning, in 2012, the dream became real. 11 African countries officially joined the project. It was the start of something the world had never seen before. A continental effort to heal the land, together. And by 2019, that number had nearly doubled. 21 nations working side by side, sharing knowledge, seeds, tools, and hope. But the dream didn't stop there. The Great Green Wall set an incredible goal: to restore over 100 million hectares of degraded land, to capture and store 250 million tons of carbon, and to create more than 10 million new jobs by the year 2035. Think about that. A project that doesn't just fight climate change, but fights poverty, hunger, and hopelessness all at once. What started as a line on a map, desarming is now one of the boldest environmental movements on Earth. At first, people doubted it. You can't grow a forest in a desert, they said. But someone answered, we don't need to grow a forest. We just need to start. And they did it. I think about the people there a lot. Women in bright scarves walking for hours to fetch water, then kneeling to plant a seed no bigger than a fingernail. Farmers bent under a sky so white with heat it hurts to look up. Kids laughing as they chase goats between saplings. They don't call it climate change. They just call it life. In Niger, Fatima says she's planted more than 100 trees herself. She keeps a stick with notches, one for every tree. When she looks at it, she smiles and says, "This is my forest." In Mali, an old man tells his grandson about a river that used to flow right past their house. He points to the young trees and says, maybe one day it will come back. And maybe he's right. The desert doesn't give up easily. It pushes back every day. Winds tear through the fields. Sand covers the roots. Sometimes an entire season's work vanishes overnight. But people don't quit. They replant. They rebuild. They wait. And somehow, that's the most powerful part of the story. Not the trees themselves, but the patience of those who keep believing in them. If one small tree survives after a storm, they protect it like it's a child. Because in a place where everything fights to live, every leaf matters. People often think it's just about planting trees. It's not. It's about bringing the land back to life. They use trees that belong there: acacias, baobabs, moringas. Trees that don't just survive the heat. They help the soil breathe again. Farmers dig pits, small holes that trap rain and seeds. They build stone lines to slow down the water when it rains. They use solar pumps, drones, and satellite maps to plan every new patch of green. It's a mix of old wisdom and new tech, and it's working. In some parts of Ethiopia, the soil that was dead for decades is alive again. You can see it in the color of the grass, in the buzz of insects, in the laughter of children. In Burkina Faso, farmers who once relied on aid now grow enough food to feed others. In Senegal, windmills turn beside rows of young trees. In Chad, families that once had to leave now stay because the land can feed them again. It's still hard. Some days the heat is too much, the rain too little. But there's a feeling in the air now. Something Africa has always had. But the world often forgets. Hope. When you look at the Great Green Wall from space, it's just a thin line of green cutting across the brown. But on the ground, it feels massive, not because of its size, but because of what it means. It's proof that we can fix what we've broken, that we can work together when it really matters. Healing the planet isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up again and again, even when it's hard, even when it hurts. And the people of the Sahel, they show up every day. They don't have luxury or funds or big machines. They have time, hands, and faith. And sometimes that's enough. Maybe this wall isn't just in Africa. Maybe it's inside each of us. That small part that still believes things can get better. Every time we recycle, plant, care, choose to walk instead of drive, we add a leaf to that wall. It's not about saving the world in one big gesture. It's about a million tiny ones. The Earth doesn't need heroes. It needs people who remember how to love it back. The Great Green Wall is still growing. Some parts are thriving, some are struggling, but it's alive. And when you stand there, in the middle of that dry wind, looking at a line of green that didn't exist 10 years ago, you feel something shift inside you. Because hope is not a word, it's a seed. And when you plant it, even in the hardest soil, one day, it grows. Nova Earth. The planet is speaking. And for the first time in a long time, we're starting to listen. Don't wait for someone else to save the planet. Pick up a seed, water a tree, choose to care. Because the Great Green Wall isn't just in Africa, it's in us.